So they'll be calling you a radical. Wasachetos, the Paramount Picture logo, the Mighty Ben Lomond. So, Kevin Blanche, the scientist. We're going to talk science. We're going to talk the wolves of Chernobyl. We're going to talk about the pigs of Fukushima. Now, this is important. So, the new study, the biologist from Princeton, who's got her presented her. Come on. You think this is her work? I guess they put the collars on. The Wolves for Chernobyl study has been going on for a long time. They're the French couple in France, of all people, that did all that great work for all these years. She's presenting like this is something new. These studies on the wolves at Chernobyl have been going on for decades. So they got the collars on the wolves. They're not the first ones to put collars on them. Again, plagiarism, that's all they are. I mean, it's an Ivy League school. The red flag goes up right there. Princeton, red flag goes up there. Harvard, it's been proven. So she's presenting like this is their new study. Fuck, this study's been going on by the French couple, the PhDs for many. Janice Sherman, who's passed away right now here, but the wolves. What she says is what they say. It's nothing new. So, stay with me. This is important. Kevin Blanche, Fuktonian, the father, the real PhD, the new knowledge. First, you hypothesize the knowledge, then you do the field work, then you defend your work. That's what a real PhD is. Not regurgitation of someone else's narrative and copy. These are full-blown up meltdowns. Full-blown meltdowns. It's going to cause a chain reaction. It's going to break the chain. It's going to cause heat bubble ocean. It's going to wipe out the tide pools. It's going to fish collapse. Big fish eat little fish. The plankton's going to go. The fucking sardines and anchovies are going to go. The fucking Chinook salmon will go in the year 2016. What? Write a paper and put it into the JSTOR? That's, you got to be transparent as you do the work, the open, which I have. So they've always used lab rats, right? As it's been well documented, well proven now, which I always thought it was such horseshit. Remember, Jean-Michel used to make fun of it. What was his last? Samo causes cancer in laboratory rats. Wasn't his last one? Now, if he'd have done tagging that all over New York, if it was what's his name, I went to the PS1. I got that paper. I read it off. It was a little stack. I'm like, hey, I want the PS on the guy who took the photo. Oh, let me go in and print you off a copy. I have the only one. PS1. Was it him tagging or was it the guy photographing him tagging? So, same old fucking causes cancer in laboratory. I've always thought that the study of laboratory rats was ridiculous. Their genetics, their genome isn't even close to a human being's. Neither's a wolf. Now, in ancient cultures, especially in native, remember I used to wear the wolf spirit Fukushima shirt? The wolf spirit. So what's happened in Chernobyl is proving that indigenous cultures were right. Indigenous cultures always worship the wolf. The wolf is the top. It's the top of the circle of life, the chain. The wolf spirit. They've always known this, that the sacred animal in cultures first came the god of salmon, Chinook salmon, the wolf. So it's been documented for decades. The exposure they have there, yet that's why the catfish are so big at the lake there, because there's no predators. They've gone sterile. So the collars on them have proved, just like the French scientists did all through the late 80s, through the 90s, 2000. Now of course, Princeton's going to jump on it, regurgitate it, and claim it as theirs. That's what these schools. So academia needs to be boarded up, especially these private institutes. Well, we're here at Weber State, same pathetic. I mean, they're not PhDs. Regurgitating other people's work. At least they're on the field ground doing work. That meant because we have a war going on inside there. Remember, Putin put the soldiers in the trenches at the war. I mean, are they that ignorant, naive? I guess, well, look at America. Oh, that radiation don't hurt you. Fukushima ain't going to do nothing to you. That's okay. Greatest mental illness in history. is Fukushima denial. 3 full coma meltdowns, 8 spent fuel pools blown to hell, jet stream moves left to right, and there's nothing to see. To think there's no byproduct, that is, we'll talk about asymmetric to science. I am science. Coincidence doesn't get it in science. I do the science. The greatest PhD scientist probably in human history, at least since Semmelweis, little germ theory, throw me in a fucking room and beat me to death. So, the wolf spirit. So, that she's trying to say that we can use this to cure people because the wolves are living, they're surviving these rates of radiation that it's just like the old lab rats. I got news. Humans aren't wolves. I got news. Just like humans aren't lab rats. Now, if you want to compare and contrast some dolphins or some seals. Oh, fuck. The orcas are eating them. Channel 7, San Diego Channel 8. Yay, isn't it lovely? Look at us in La Jolla. Yay, the most contaminated water in the world, La Jolla. Yeah, let's go to La Jolla. Oh, isn't it wonderful? The orcas are swimming with the dolphins. Where the orcas are eating the dolphins. By the way, they're eating gray pups now. It's the time of year the gray pups are coming home. The gray, well, which ones got to the lagoon? I talked to them this morning, and the counts are so fucking low. So, mama and the pups are swimming home. The orcas in San Diego are eating the pups. What few pups there are. This acute radical collapse. The studies are coming out now. 2019 mortality right down. No one's even going to call it an acute radical thing. But they have their dates wrong. They're claiming from 2019 to think when it was well documented, our group counted 312 dead whales in 2017. 2018, we counted more than that. This acute catastrophe started in 2014-15. I'm the first one that reported they were giving birth in Monterey Bay. Kevin Blanche, boots on the ground, doing the work. I do the work. So this study's talking about the wolves in Chernobyl and how the rates of radiation are so much, they're way above the lethal limits to this day. Well, hello, you think it goes away? I'm going to go stay at the hospital. Let's go to Chernobyl. Okay, it's just like Fukushima. It's all better. Don't want to live. I got an argument with the guy the other day. He says, well, you know, solar takes out landscape. Fuck. Have you ever flown over the solar farms in Nevada? And a little dot on that giant fucking land? I'll tell you what takes out landscape. Fucking Area 51, 52, the Air Force, and their bombing range. He says, no, the Darius. I says, are you fucking crazy? You're telling me that solar panels take out... what about Fukushima taken out? Do you realize it taken out an entire prefecture? What about the Pacific? How about Chernobyl? Do you know what kind? I told him. Do you want to get into it with me about how much real estate has been taken out of the equation, being nuclear energy? Let's just talk Chernobyl and Fukushima alone. You could take every desert freaking solar farm in the world, put them together on a grid, they won't even come close to the amount of real estate that's been taken out of the game via Chernobyl and Fukushima. I met a woman last night at the antique show that's a survivor with her thing in LA. She was talking about everybody that she grew up with cancer. She said she survived. You know, the same thing I have. Incredible woman. I said, do you know about Santa Susana? She said, no. I said, you grew up in LA, right? In the valley. Yeah. So I schooled her up. She Googled it. She said, oh my God, I'm 60 years old. How do I not know that? You know it now, and remember who told it to you. They cover it up. They lie. The half-lives of these things, just like Ken Bueller's coming out now saying that when they first got over there, they kept it secret. The KOK, the Hawaii Boat study, which I leaked into the internet, he's saying now it wasn't just thousands of times background, which I'm the guy that leaked out their study. He's saying it was millions of times. That's his own words. He's never said that before. Into the ocean. Breaking news, you throw your rubber ducky into the ocean at Fukushima, Japan, it'll be in Southern California within 10 days. Remember the bridge that landed on Gold Beach, Oregon? An overpass you drive on? Made there, what, day 6 or 7? I think it made the same day that Marie Antoinette stood on the White House lawn and told the greatest lie in human history. Pluma's coming over us now. Scientists tell us safe. I will keep you in the know what I know and never mention it again until I went on Jimmy Kimmel and called it, you know, did you get calls in the night? Yeah, of course I got calls in the night. Like when? I'm Jimmy. What's Santa Susana Kimmel? You know, the typhoon. Then Trump, would that be? There's a guy last night from Japan. He's out there at the antique show. I said, you're from, yeah. We start talking. I says, oh my God. He says, you know how many nuclear reactors? I says, yeah, you got 50. 50. I says, they're all offline. says, no, they're not. I says, all but two. And he says, yeah, that's right. He says, you know what the rhetoric is over there? And I says, what? He says, not only they want to start them up, they want to build more. I said, what about the oh, fuck, the people are fucking flipping out, going crazy. I said, what about the other earthquake on the cement fuel pools on the other side, on the China side? And he's like, yeah. You know the cement fuel? He says, yeah, I do know that. They won't let anybody in. They couldn't get in, whatever. And I said, yeah, because they're covering up just like Fukushima. We had quite the conversation. I got a photograph with him. Nice guy, really great guy. So he said his first wife died of the atom bomb. I said, well, you know, I told him about Sudoku, handing me the paper crane. You guys still call it the atom bomb disease over there? Yeah. My first wife died from it. I got a new wife. She's 20-something years younger. And I'm like, God, the father's real pleased with that one. Anyway, so this study on the wolves, and they're trying to say, well, this will help us to understand cancer in humans. And maybe that's bullshit. Just like lab rats. Using lab rats as subject is a joke. I don't give a fuck what you're using. So Sarah right here got a grant. She's back east somewhere doing fucking with some kind of vaping on lab. I says, really? They have lab rats here at the lab. I'm like, that's a study you got. Of course, she got money granted to her for that. You're not going to get money, Kevin Blanche, granted for what I do, the greatest PhD. Nobody will touch me. I'm using my own money these days. You know, I have pretty well the whole time. I've got basically three guys that give me some money here and there. That's it. Which blows my mind. Wolves are not people. And the wolves, well, it just proves the native cultures were right. The wolf spirit, that's what people used to tell me. I mean, the native cultures, surviving cancer. If you're like a wolf, Kevin, I wish. I'm human. The flesh and blood I'm made. So it's been proven more and more and more and more. All these lab rat studies were absolute fucking joke. Because the only studies you can use with humans are humans. And we have those studies. The government studies are out there. The atomic veterans. We know what radiation does to the children of the time. One of those. My father was nuked to death. We know this exposure kills you. We know it unzips it. I mean, the children of the Chernobyl, the atomic veterans are dying at alarming rates of leukemia. Her and I had this conversation. That's my work, Kevin Blanche. But they hide on my work. Oh, that's the same Rottweiler that killed the dead gooses right there. That's the same Rottweiler that killed them. They must come over here every day and let the old Rottweiler chase the fucking birds. But that's entertainment, baby. So, anyway, I wanted to get this up on the wolves study, and she's trying to take credit at, the Princeton PhD, and God bless her, and she's in the club. She's presented in Seattle of all places. Why don't you start studying why the fucking salmon all dying at sea? Ha! The father of Otonium. Fucking academia is a fucking clown circus. It's a fucking joke. Well, so is politics. Look at the two choices we got. Talk about fucking clowns. Maybe I'll do a comb over and get some fucking makeup and go to the fucking circus. So. Oh, I forgot. So. This study's bullshit. I mean, well documented. I think National Geographic, I think PBS have all done studies on the two great scientists, the French scientists and the Chernobyl scientists. There they go. He's right on them. See that? It's a bird dog. Almost killed that goose right there. Fucking moron. Bird dog chasing the geese. I'm sure those are the ones that killed the one. He's floating right there. I'm going to jump at that. That's a bird dog. He's got the old raw with him. There he goes again. So, by the way, it's against the law to have your dog chase geese this time of year. It's past January. It's February. It's getting mating season. So what he's doing, that's illegal. That's on a wetland. This is a fucking wetland. So, you don't know. Fucking humans aren't wolves. We're not fucking lab rats either. Pretty close to sheep. Oh, yeah. Humans are humans, and we have those documented studies. To call a human a lab rat, a wolf, or even a sheep. What an insult to a lab rat, or a wolf, or a sheep. They're way smarter than these humans, this batch. They're pitiful, to be honest with you, this batch. So anyway, the wolves of Chernobyl, I'll post a study. Academia, fraud, it's plagiarism. But, you know, it's not going to teach us anything. It'll teach us about wolves, but it's not going to teach us anything about humans. We're not wolves. I got news for you. We're not even close. You wish. Yeah, go in the water after him now. I'm going to go talk to this fucking idiot. And he's a fucking idiot. Stay tuned.